arrived at 3 Shires. We're just on the way down the trail now to go to the waterfalls. Is that the point where the Shires meet, Paul?
Yeah.
Is that the actual point?
Yeah, it's the 3 counties, isn't it? Staffordshire,
Yeah.
Cheshire, Derbyshire.
Yeah.
The Packhorse Bridge. Very favourite spot for local photographers.
And that's where we're going. It's a bit of a rocky terrain on the way in, but there's a couple of routes coming into here. Well, there's probably more than a couple of routes, but this route is the one I've always used. You can do, I think it's Clough Head Car Park or something. There's a walking route that's about 4 miles, I believe, that you can take. That it's like a circular route, and I think it starts from somewhere called Clough Head Car Park. Anyway, you can look it up on the internet, and you'll find a PDF downloadable content with all the information you need if you fancy having a bit of a hike round the 3 Shires. But obviously we're just coming straight in on the shortest. I think it's the shortest route, as Paul.
I would say so.
Yeah.
There's a way of parking in the lay-by.
Yeah.
On the Congleton Buxton Road, and then picking up a side footpath.
Yeah.
But this is as good as any.
Yeah, you get a lot of mountain bikers along here and sort of motocross bike guys and stuff, don't you?
Yeah.
You just have to watch out for that when you're over. Yeah, just quick pan. You can see it's a lovely morning. The phone won't do it justice because obviously it'll just probably blow out the sun, as you can see there behind me. But it's a beautiful morning. It's a beautiful location. Peak District. We're very fortunate where we live. We are. It's a beautiful place. Very nice. Wind's not too bad today, so I'm hoping to fly my drone, do a bit of footage there, and obviously Paul's gonna show you some of his work at the waterfall and explain what he's looking at compositionally and also sort of from a camera settings point of view. So I'm shooting on the RX100 Mark III. I find it's a really good camera for this kind of thing, even though I'm only just started with it. I'm finding it quite good, so I'll continue to shoot on this. I've had to make a DIY mic muffler with a little bit of fur off my hooded coat. So it's now got a ball patch on it, but the main thing is hopefully it'll just cut down some of that wind against my voice, because I noticed the last recording I did, there was a lot, the wind just took my voice out completely and there wasn't that much wind. So
This ball patch you're on about, it wasn't mine, was it?
yeah, we've got to watch it today, because when I do some overhead stuff we've got to be careful of the glare, haven't we, Paul?
Yeah,
off your top of your head.
I've applied some
anti-glare cream. Anti-glare cream today, right? He's got his anti-glare cream, we're alright. Just a bit slippy down here, my fingertips are freezing holding this tripod. I'm trying to carry this phone at the same time, but camera, sorry, edit that bit. But it's nice to be out, bit of fresh air.
This beats Jeremy
Sunny
Kyle
morning,
on
beats
telly.
Jeremy Kyle on telly, as Paul said. Yep, no doubt about it. I think anything beats that, doesn't it?
A visit to the dentist beats that.
So it's a nice morning. You can't beat it. Peak District, wonderful. There's a bit of light coming up on the top of the hill there, you can see. And the valley down there, where we see all that. And down at the bottom, is it River Dane?
This is the River Dane.
River Dane. It's the River Dane that comes into a head where there's sort of several waterfalls. So for those that haven't been, yeah, if you like waterfalls, you'll like this one, I'm sure.
I often find when I come to this place, there's a choice to be made as to whether we include a long tree in the shot, which is just at the side of the bridge,
Yeah.
or not. I think you always have to make a conscious decision. Shall I include the tree, or shall I not include the tree? But there's also a more wide angle composition here,
Okay.
which includes more than one waterfall, which can be really effective. And on a day like today, we're hoping to get some nice results. Like everybody else, the pair of us and all the people that are watching this, we've always got something to learn each and every day.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And today,
We're all, if you stop learning, mate, it's time to give up.
absolutely. And today is just another learning exercise for us.
Definitely. You know,
The trick for us is we're out and about on a lovely February morning, or as lovely as it can be.
yeah,
Cold, yes, but
beautiful.
got the right gear.
Absolutely.
We'll survive today.
And you know, what can you take from what can you take from watching others on the internet? Well, personally, for me, I look for inspiration. You know, yeah, there's people sort of explaining camera settings and composition and stuff like that, which is great. But my personal preference is location inspiration, really, ideas, and I get something from that.
Yeah, and just to have a window into the thought process of other photographers and what they do. People like Thomas Eaton.
Yeah, very inspirational.
Oh, there's a lot out there, isn't there? There's Ben Futrell, the Australian lad. And when I watch their vlogs, I think what it does for me, it just inspires me to get out there and try and emulate some of the things that these guys are doing.
Definitely. So yeah, if the one thing you take from a YouTube video is a location idea that you've not seen before, that's enough for me to get you out there and go and take your own shots of it. Because if you don't know it's there, you can't go and photograph it. So Thomas Eaton showed me one. It was Chemical Beach, northeast coast. I was actually going there the next morning. I'd ended up sort of getting back in late, and I decided not to go to sleep, because if I went to sleep I wouldn't have got up on time. I needed to set off at like 1 o'clock in the morning to get there for the sunrise. I was going to Hartlepool first and on my way up to see him. So I just thought, oh well, I'm not sleeping, so I'll watch a couple of YouTube vids. Everyone was in bed. I put it on downstairs and I saw one of Thomas Eaton, and he showed me this place, because obviously he lives up that way, doesn't he? Well, he lives up in Whitley Bay, somewhere on there, and he'd just gone out for a local morning, and he'd sort of gone to a place called Chemical Beach and never heard of it. And when I looked on the route I was going, it was there along the route, and I went and did it, and I thought it was a fantastic place. So just watching that one video before I went found me that new location, and it was worth watching, definitely. He was trying video and hold my tripod at the same time, and told Paul my hands were getting a bit cold, and he's off, look, with all my tripod gear and everything. Got my own assistant. Hey, what do you want? Carries my tripod, brings the flask of tea, because I haven't got one. What a star, what a star. And I tell you what, he's a Jedi on Photoshop as well, you'll see that in a bit. Aren't you, mate? So down in the Falls now, I think it's going to be a bit of a challenge, this one, especially on the audio front, because I haven't got a professional mic. I'm just using the mic on the camera, and I've had to make a DIY muffler as explained earlier, so I'm sure the waterfall's going to take out some of the audio, so I'm talking quite loud, so forgive me if it sounds like I'm shouting, but I am. So you can hear me. Well, basically, we're going to go down now where Paul is. You can see Paul. There he is, rubbish boy. There he is. He's going to do some photography now, so we'll go down there and have a quick watch what he's doing and have a quick chat with him. Paul's just about to set up his gear, and he's just going to go have a quick run through what's in his bag and why he's going to use it today.
Okay, carbon fibre tripod. Should have bought one earlier. Absolute godsend. Carbon fibre's the way to go. But
Definitely.
for me, on a day like today, you're going to need some low perspective, some low angles, especially with a wide angle lens. Tip number one, invest.
Yeah.
A knee pad.
Definitely.
Much rather wear this out from B&Q for a few quid than these.
That you only get one set of. So what's the tripod then? What are you using, mate?
Right, well this is a Mi Photo tripod. It's from the Benro range.
Yeah.
And this is the Globetrotter. They come in various colours. I just went for the titanium. I thought it looks nice, classy.
Have a close
There's no
look at
weight
that.
to it. I'm absolutely
Mi Photo.
over the moon with
Fantastic.
it. And what's more, I bought it from Wex. And wow, those guys are just absolutely ace.
Absolutely, I use Wex.
Yeah, I found it somewhere cheaper for 50 quid. And Wex did a price match.
Superb.
Another top tip, an essential in the bag, certainly for us too when we're out on days like today, the obligatory plastic.
Absolutely. There's a story about flats, isn't there, Paul?
Sorry.
Yeah.
And depending on how many viewers we get, we're going to tell you that story later, and it's worth a watch.
Look at the flow on this. It's fantastic today. There's a lot of flow. And you come in midsummer and it's trickling compared to this anyway. Beautiful, beautiful. And at the moment, because we haven't got the sun so high in the sky, we're not going to have any sort of blown out exposure issues. Is that the right terminology, Paul? No exposure problems on the waterfalls at the moment?
Not at the moment, no. But as soon as that sun clears the top brow of the hill there, and
Boom.
all this lights up like a studio, you have great difficulty controlling the highlights on this water.
Yeah. Do you have anything to combat that, Paul? Filter or anything?
Well, we want to use something like a three-stop ND filter.
Yeah.
That'll cut down the light, getting into the camera, slow down the shutter speed, get that lovely streaky feel to the water.
And what sort of shutter?
Everybody likes it, but I like that creamy effect.
Yeah.
Especially in this type of light.
What sort of shutter speed are you looking at, Paul, for an aperture?
Well, aperture, I think for me, I'm using the 10 to 20mm, try and get as wide an angle as possible. I'm going to use an aperture about f11, f8, f11. I'll use 3-stop, 100 ISO to keep the image as clean as
Always.
possible. And see where that takes us. And then of course, depending on what the shutter speed is, we can also do a little bit of bracketing. Maybe pop some of the detail out and some of the shrubbery, which will be a nice contrast to the streaks of the water. We've got a nice little composition here. We've got the rock in the foreground, an anchor point in the foreground with the water flowing all around. I've managed to get the bridge in the shot because I've got the 10 to 20mm on, and I've got the tree, the infamous tree. We've always got to decide, are we going to have it in the shot or are we not? Okay, well we're having it in the shot, but what that means is we've got such a high contrast scene with the shadows in the foreground and the light in the sky. So what we've decided to do here, using the 3-stop filter with the
Right, we've taken the 3 shots, bracketing, each 2 stops apart, and we can see what we've got on the back of the D7-100 now. There's the first exposure, correctly exposed, you can see. Not a lot of detail in the shadows. That one's underexposed, cuts back the light, helps us, ably assisted by the 2-stop grad also. And then the third shot, all the shadow details are really brought out here. What we're going to do, we've got the portrait crop here. I feel as though I'm going to compress that shot a little bit, maybe take some off the bottom, maybe even go for a square composition.
So you've covered a good dynamic range there, Paul.
Yeah, that's the idea of the bracketing.
Yeah.
One stop very often isn't enough. You know, our eyes can see such a wide dynamic range.
Compared to a camera, yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Absolutely.
the camera sensors.
Is it about 20 stops for the eye, something like that?
Must be something like that.
Yeah, it's a good dynamic range, like you say. The camera can't see what we can see, so you've got to compensate for that.
Yeah.
And the way Paul's doing that is by using the bracketing.
But with those 3 stops, those 3 shots there, we can take those into Lightroom, and later we'll see how to turn those into one HDR image within Lightroom. But what we want is something a little bit of realism. Nothing, you know, like everybody when they try HDR, they go for the radioactive look. I think it's a phase that each and every one of us has to go through.
We've all done it.
But I think the idea is realism. That's what we need.
Absolutely.
That's what we need. Right, we've got another nice little composition here. The sun's rising over the hill over there. We've got another waterfall, particularly like this shot. We've got a rock here in the foreground. I'm focused on the falling water. We've got the little bridge. We've got the tree against the blue skyline. And we've got some lovely light lighting up the back of the sea. It's really, I feel good about this. It's a real nice composition. Just to get some nice movement in the water, I think that's going to really make the shot. So I'm going to fit the filters on front of the 10 to 20mm lens now, and again we've got to use some bracketing because again it's such a high contrast scene and we want to try and get as much detail as we can. Okay, we've set up for the composition. If we switch to live view, you can see what we've got. We've got the rock in the foreground. We've got the falling water, which is where we focused, and we've got the tree. Got some light in the distance, not showing up too well in the live view, but again we're going to shoot bracketing here, ISO 100. So as we can see, take the live view out. We can see what camera settings are. 1/4 of a second, f16, ISO 100. But when we place the 3-stop filter on the front of the lens with the 2-stop grad,
Using the Lee holder there, yeah?
we're using the Lee
holder, yeah.
Lee filter system.
Great filter system.
And as we do that, you can see camera settings have changed now.
3 seconds now.
We've got 3 seconds.
Beautiful.
But obviously we're going to do 2 stops above, which will give us 12 seconds, and 2 stops below, which will give us another shutter speed.
Superb.
Right, we're going to take the shot. We've set up for auto bracketing and we're on high speed multi-shot.
Is that taking 3 shots all in one press, was it? Or
That's taking 3 shots in one press.
yeah, so it's done it all for
So
you.
what we see,
It's auto bracketing then. There you go.
shot 1, 2 and 3.
Have a closer look.
Take that back. There's the normally exposed image, the underexposed, which is going to really cut back and assist the 2-stop grad, cutting down the light in the sky. And then the overexposed, which is really going to pull the shadow detail out. We don't want to go too heavy with the HDR processing, but in scenes like this where we've got high contrast, this is a godsend.
We're just now, hang on a sec.
having a well-earned cup of tea. Oh yes, you can't beat it, mate. Out in the countryside on a beautiful day like this, cup of tea, doing a bit of something that you love. Nothing better, mate, nothing better. Have a swig of that, pal. Can't beat it, mate, can you?
There's times when you think, I wonder what it is that's made Britain great. And you look at a cup of tea and it suddenly all becomes clear.
We've finished shooting, well, Paul's finished shooting now. The sun's come up over the hill, so obviously it's very bright now on the water, so he's got his shots. You happy with your shots, mate?
Yeah, got some nice ones before the sun comes up.
Paul's got some good shots he's happy with, so as I say, you probably see in the background, and you can see it from here, yeah. It's very bright now, so the sun's come up over the hill now, so that's pretty much it. Obviously now we're going to, Paul are going to Photoshop and show you some of the post-processing on those images, and I'm sure they'll produce something good. So we'll look forward to seeing that.